everyone. It's Pat with our angels, archangels, and energies for the month of June 2023. So I'm kind of in new surroundings here and moved a couple months ago, and I am still acclimating. But if you can see the background, it's got some beautiful light, very light, airy colors in this place. So I'm really enjoying that piece of it. So, anyways, let's get to the angels, the archangels that were overseeing us for this month. Okay. The first one that came out when I shuffled the deck and was connecting and asking was Archangel Michael with this message of you are safe. Okay. And he says, I'm protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones, and your home. Now, I have no doubt, given what's going on this month, or a lot of the things that we've seen in the news, okay? We have our former president who's been indicted for the second time. And I have no doubt there'll be some more coming down the road. There's some wildfires burning in Canada that have some heavy smoke coming across areas of the United States. And I know there's, as usual, lots of, kind of probably hyped up fear in the media. Everybody's looking to the next presidential election and, what's going to happen with that. And this former president who's been indicted, is he going to be able to run and get in there? And, there's a lot of fear coming back into the mix here. And so I'm not surprised that Archangel Michael came out for us. These cards, when they come out, the angel messages are on them. They're both reflective. I mean, they're prescriptive and predictive. Okay. So he wants you to know that you're safe. And it's an encouragement to call upon him to buoy or help to enhance your own feelings of safety in your life. Because when things like this are going on in the country, there's always, that fear of uprisings and, are people going to start riots? Is there going to be another shooting? And because there's just been far too much of that going on in our culture and our society, let's face it. So Michael steps forward this month, reminding us to call on him and also reassuring us that we are going to be safe. We are going to get through this. Okay. With all of our weather changing and earth related events, the earth is, and its people, we're going through a shifting process that may take several years. It might even take a decade. Okay. But humanity is going to survive. We're not going to get wiped out. We're going to have to adapt and change individually and as a society as a whole. And, we all want peace and healing. And peace and healing they move forward, but we also need to be able to see what it is within ourselves and society that needs healing. It's like if you're going to clean a house, you need to see, obviously where the dirt is. Sometimes we have dirt in our ventilation systems, and those need to be cleaned out. It's not seen necessarily, but it's got to get exposed and moved out. So there's a lot of things that are coming to light, and sometimes it can feel like the world's going to hell in a handbasket. It's not. It's just there's things that are being brought now into the light that have been going on behind the scenes, behind our collective awareness, that need to be brought to light so that they can be healed. Okay. And that's why Michael's telling you, you're safe. Okay. And additionally, he's reminding you to call upon him for that safety. If you're worried about your kids, ask him to escort your kids to get on that school bus with your kids and the others and to help keep them safe. Okay. Take them with you in the car. Ask him to come into your dreams or your sleep at night. All right. Michael is an angel that also helps us to restore our confidence. I like calling on him because and he can be a real battery of energy, and he can help sometimes when I'm feeling dead tired and wiped out, not motivated. If I call in his energy and say, Michael, there's some things I absolutely need to get done. I just don't have the wherewithal to do it right now. I don't have the energy, motivation. He'll come in and he'll help move me forward to get it done. It's really amazing to call on his energies. So I strongly encourage that. The other archangel that we have overseeing us this month is the Archangel Raguel, with this message of divine order. And it says, everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see the underlying order. And I would actually even venture to say, look past the chaos and see the underlying order. Okay. There is an order to what is happening, a divine timing to the way things are happening. There may be a lot of us who wished, some of the indictments and some of the things that are happening now, things that are we wish maybe that they had happened a lot sooner, that a sense of rightness would return a lot quicker. But there's a process of change that is both, we're in a time where we're like, well, we need to allow and be inclusive, but at the same time, we need to maintain certain standards. And we have to, there's new precedents. I think I mentioned that in some previous readings. There's a lot of new precedents that have to be set and put in place because, these are situations that we haven't encountered before as a country. So, and Raguel is the archangel who is the archangel of justice and fairness. And, justice and fairness does balance out. The law of justice does catch up to people. And that's why, he's holding the scales of justice in here. All right. And, I feel like it's, additional verification or confirmation from him that the process of justice is, working its way through, and trust in the timing of it. Okay. I'm going to see if there's any other additional messages in our book from these, because he reassures us that a win-win situation is brewing. Okay. And to remember to keep your prayers and affirmations positive right now to help keep your spirits high. Affirmative prayer is actually a very effective way of working with prayer. It's affirming what you'd like to see happen. It doesn't mean that you're, putting on a pretense or, putting on rose-colored glasses, but you can affirm that the essence of what you'd like to see is already in place. You're thanking the divine for something that's already happened, because in spiritual truth, there is no time. There is no past, present, and future. To us, it appears to be out in the future and may not happen yet. But to spirit, there is no time. So you can affirm something that you'd like to see happen. So instead of getting down about something, think of what you'd like to happen instead. You'd like to see balance, peace, harmony come back to our country, or what have you, whatever it is for you. So, and Raguel has a beautiful pale blue energy. Michael has this kind of a darker blue, indigo type of energy or color to his energy. Let's see what his "You Are Safe" message says. If there's anything else in here that I can share with you. Let's see. Okay, he says, let go of worries. I'm surrounding you, your loved ones, your home, your possessions with powerful, loving light. The light repels lower energies and attracts loving experiences. So focus on this light and love instead of on fear, and you'll attract the object of your focus. Okay. So he's reminding us again, it's predictive and prescriptive. We are going to be safe. It's going to work out. It's also prescriptive in the sense that he's reminding us to move our thoughts away from fear. Okay. If we watch the news media a lot, it can be very easy to get caught up in fear, and feel like the other shoe's going to drop, or that the rug's going to be pulled out from underneath you. Okay. So this isn't just global fears he's talking about. It's also the day-to-day fears, our underlying fears that might be sitting there in our consciousness. Okay. And some of that is that fear that the other shoe's going to drop if things are going really well, or that the rug's going to get pulled out from underneath your feet. I have my kitty hanging out with us here today, as she often does. So, yeah, his message is to remember when you catch yourself in a place of fear, okay? Take a moment, take a couple of deep breaths, call on his energies, ask him to uplift you and help you to move away from fear-based thoughts that can, pull down your energies. Now, there's a positive way to use fear-based thoughts as well. Sometimes if you if you think about what could potentially happen, it may lead you, and actually Michael may guide you too, to put additional protections in place. Like there might be a prediction of rain. You might not know for sure if it's going to, but you bring your umbrella anyways, just in case. Okay. That's not a debilitating kind of fear or a fear that keeps you from moving forward. And that's how Michael works with us. It doesn't mean that fear can help in some ways to put, protections in place so that you don't suffer adversely. But there's other times when it can drag us down a real rabbit hole and have us feeling like, or just worrying a lot, especially with finances and things like that. Because when so much is going on politically and in the world, people worry about their stocks, their finances, if they're going to have enough, et cetera, et cetera. So anyways, these are, positive messages to reassure us. We are safe. We are going through some changes right now. Changes aren't always easy, but we are going to be safe. We'll still have a roof over our heads. Food stuff may change. I think my sense is, I know there are some food prices are going up. The availability of some foods may change. It doesn't mean we'll be entirely in food scarcity, but some of that may change as we go forward. But again, there's going to be things that we'll have to adapt and change as our society and our world changes. But everything is happening in the order that it needs to, which brings blessings ultimately for everyone involved. Okay, as we move into the next year, maybe by this time next year, things will be in a much better feeling place. Okay, so those are our archangel messages. Now, since Michael rose to the forefront with us, I pulled out his deck that I have here, and so we'll call on Michael. See if there's any other more specific messages for this month of June. Oh my goodness. My kitty gets very loud and vocal in me. Yes, hello. Hello. All right, Michael, what else do people need to know for the month of June? What are your messages for us? Okay. Oh, she's making her presence known. She's paying us a visit. Hello. All right. One of the cards that's pulled out from Michael was take your time making this decision. Okay. And it's really a message to slow down. Don't feel pressured into making a decision now, especially if you're unsure about it. You may get more information as time goes forward. Okay. But let's see. He says, the prayer says, Archangel Michael, please help me to stay strong and relaxed as I approach this situation. Remind me to detach and step back, allowing the situation to naturally unfold. Thank you for protecting me. Hello, my friend. Can I get you down and out of the way? Thank you. So again, this is a message about not, making sudden moves like out of fear. All right. Take time, think things through. Okay. And So there may be some things that come up this month that maybe it's a big decision for some people that they're not sure about. And so this kind of message, says there's going to be more information that's going to be coming forward, that's going to help you to make a more informed decision. So don't feel pressured or rushed. Sometimes the advertising or, that businesses do, or, because of a story that's in the media, it puts this time pressure on, like, oh, get a hold of this offer now. If you do it now, you can save X amount of dollars and, get ahead of the blah, blah, blah. And, businesses do that because they want to sell now, and there's nothing wrong. Hey, everybody has their own methods, but it's important not to force things forward at this time, and to slow down, take your time, make yourself an educated consumer, and really explore, if you're making a decision about going in a different direction in life, explore what your reasons and motivations are for that. Okay. I know here in the United States, I live in New England, we're entering our summertime. Although I have to say, June's been a bit cold thus far, until today. I'm thanking goodness that there hasn't been blistering heat at this point in time. But it is that time, that's, again, a little bit in with Raguel's message of divine timing. It's that time to slow down and relax, get outdoors, spend some time thinking things through while enjoying the experiences of life, the outdoors, maybe quiet time, downtime. My cat is very vocal. So, if some of you are in the process of maybe needing to sign the lease, or you're having that pressure put on you, or just maybe wait, see if you can negotiate a better deal in some other way. Okay. Ask more questions of the people involved, maybe, before you commit to it or say yes to it. All right. So that's one of Michael's messages as we look at this month. Okay. All right. So the other message that just flipped out, she gets very vocal, is this message of lean on God and the angels for support. All right. And I think for some of you, as I look at this card, it may have to do with a loved one who may be sick or not well at this time. And it might be very troubling to you. You might have you might be having a difficult time, holding up your whatever it is you have to deal with. At times like those, we can be in a stress sandwich where we're, if you have older aging parents, sometimes, just as an example, you could be trying to manage that and deal with that, but yet have younger children that are just, you can be in this sandwich of trying to manage your own stuff. And then, there's a lot of emotion around it going on. So what this card reminds us of is to turn it over. Okay. Surrender it. You're not alone. You don't have to do things alone. You have spirit as your helper and your partner. It literally says in here, give this situation completely to God and the angels, whatever you conceive of that to be. Okay. Let other people help you. Sometimes when you ask for help from the divine, it sends it to you in the form of other people or things that come to you. Hello. So it's take your time making decisions, surrender it. If you're having, ask God and the angels, Michael, to send you signs, to help you with making your decisions. Oh, Shadow Light, thank you for joining me. I just saw your comment on there. You're welcome. Okay. So let's see if Michael has any other messages for us. Archangel Michael. Oh, this one's sticking out. It says you're on the right path. Okay. So take a deep breath and just think about this for a moment. Okay. And be with it. And what I like in this picture is that the angel is depicted being with, a younger child. Okay. So sometimes the symbology on the pictures lends a little bit to the message. So some of you out there who are dealing with issues with younger children, and younger children can be anywhere from toddlers to high schoolers to kids going off to college. Doesn't matter. Or it can even be the kid in you. Excuse me. Need to grab some water again. But he's letting you know that you are on the right path. Okay. There's a lot going on in our world right now. And, I do feel like some of this message is going out to some people who have children. And some of the issues that have been creeping up for them. And it feels like you've been a little bit all over the place trying to find solutions. Okay. So what this message is about is, even though sometimes it feels like you're kind of like, oh, I've tried this, I've tried this, I've tried this, and none of them at the moment seem to be having the right thing. He's like, don't worry, you are going in the right direction. First, by seeking help to begin with, seeking alternatives. And it's, believe it or not, sometimes as we go about these things, part of our handling of it is part of something that is teaching our children. Okay. They learn from us that, okay, in certain situations, okay, we can handle this ourselves this way. We can be creative and resourceful, or sometimes it's some time to reach out to someone who has more knowledge than us, a safe authority figure or something like that. But one way or another, in a general way, Michael's letting us know that we're on the right path personally, okay? And in our world at large, even though it doesn't seem like it at this time. Because, between the news media and different things going on, it just can seem like, oh my gosh, this is just crazy. Okay. Don't let yourself get caught up in the craziness. Trust your intuition. All right. You have an inner guidance system, and calling upon the angels to help you with that can be of great benefit. They help to, if we're steering the boat or trying to steer the ship, they can help us stay course corrected, if you will. Okay. I know one of the prayers I have when I meditate is I will call on, however you pray, we reach out to God, the angels, what have you. And I say something I learned from one of my readings. My cat is making herself known. Hello, baby. I will reason, I will act, but please guide my will, reason, and activity to the right thing that I should do. It's kind of similar to that prayer of surrender that they use in the Al-Anon addiction groups, like the serenity prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept what I can't change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. It's a way of surrendering to the divine so that they can help us course correct and stay helping us to make the right choices. Okay. And often that guidance is very subtle. So it doesn't feel to us on a conscious level like it's happening, but it is. Okay. And you all will often see the result of it later on. Okay. So those are some messages from Michael for this month. And thank you so much, Shadow Light, for sharing that it was helpful to you. I'm glad for that. So Let's see. I also like to work a little bit with, we're coming up on a half hour here. So I'm just going to ask for some final messages from, I love Colette Baron Reid's Wisdom of the Oracle. Let's see. Beloved angels and spirit, is there any other messages that I might be able to share with our audience today? What do they need to know? Okay. You get a co-create message. This is about co-creating with spirit. It, can indicate that you're getting some ideas and some creative urges. And I think it's a message about following through with that. Okay. You may get some creative ideas as solutions to things. And that often does come. That's often how angels work with us when we call on them and ask them for help in certain situations, is that they'll give us creative ideas and solutions. I know I've had that from calling on Michael many, many times. So yeah, it's about being open to inspiration because it's there for you. All right. And let's see. Her cards are, the symbology is often has messages too. It's got that owl like right in the middle of a tightrope, which is adorably cute. He's just hanging on there. But they're kind of in both motionless. One, the cheetah on the top is a creature of great speed, and the owl kind of hanging out there is a creature that's associated with wisdom. Okay. And, but they're also both in a place of stillness in this picture. And stillness is where we get our creative, it's where our divine ideas often come from when we take time out. As the other messages were telling us, like the Michael message, take your time making this. Okay. There's maybe some creative inspiration that's going to come along for you this month. And that's always fun when you get inspired, right? Okay. Let's see if there's any other messages from spirit. And then I'm going to wrap this up. So stay open to creative ideas and solutions. Okay. Let's see. Oh, messages in a bottle. So this is a card about paying attention to signs. All right. And when you call in and work with angels and you ask them, they will, whether you work with angels or not, you can ask spirit for signs. And this is a card that indicates that, yeah, pay attention to the signs. You'll be getting one. You'll get a phone call. You'll get a message. You'll get an email. You'll get something that will, your attention will be called to it. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to read a little bit more from this because I like the way she writes about it in here. Okay. Let's see. Spirit sends you signs when you ask for them. When you believe, you will receive them. Expect confirmation that you're pointed in the right direction. So that's similar to Archangel Michael's card message about you're on the right path. Okay. Spirit hears you. The reply is favorable. Expect someone maybe to favor you with some positive news. You're on the right track. Expect a call, a new opportunity, or a message from an old friend or business contact. So that's, to me, that's really a confirmation of Michael's message of you're on the right path, and Raguel's of like, yes, things are unfolding as they need to right now. Okay. So have faith, everyone. Have faith, trust, call on your angels for help. All right. We all have days where we've kind of fallen off. I do too. I love working with angels and, spirit and oracle cards and stuff like that. But we all have days where we've kind of like fallen off the wagon. I think Colette Baron Reid, who makes these cards, lovely cards, she calls it spiritual narcolepsy, where you kind of fall asleep at the wheel and you forget your own magic, or you forget to call upon your divine helpers in the spirit world. Okay. And that includes your deceased loved ones too. I mean, they look out for you as well. So, but the important thing is, maybe, and this is why I put these messages out there as reminders to get us back on track and to remind us that we have spiritual help available to us. And, all we have to do is ask. All right. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of the weekend, and I will look forward to speaking with you again very soon. Take care, everyone. My goodness. You were very loud.